Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Top Hat Chat with myself, Street, Orb over there, and the Top Hat Game Man. The Top Hat Game Man is now going to be handed over to, and he is going to explain to you exactly why he looks like that.
Are you accusing me of looking like Andy Pandy or Wee Willie Winky? Either way, I do not find it amusing that you find my nightwear entertaining. We've just been streaming. It's close to 3 AM now, and I'm ready for bed. But before bed, it's always good to do a little bit of extra content, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, we can get this out.
Bit of content for Top Hat Chat.
Yeah, so, Orb, what is it that we have been doing over the past 4.5-ish hours?
We have been attempting to derive enjoyment from the Philips CDi.
Yeah, and we've tried very hard at
Very
getting
hard.
through this.
It's been a wonderful evening. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. We've played a handful of games, not everything. I'm not going to pretend that we have, because last time we did a review like this, after a stream, you weren't involved in that, but we did a full review of the 3DO, and basically, I think at least one of us gave it a bit of a slating, and yeah, we got kind of crucified for it. You didn't play this.
It wasn't the 3DO.
You didn't
It
play
wasn't
this.
the
What was
3DO.
it?
It was the PC Engine.
Oh yeah, it was the PC Engine. Yeah. You didn't play this. You didn't play that. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah blah blah. So I'm not going to say we played everything, but we're going to throw out kind of our impressions of what we played, considering we played some relatively popular games. Apparently.
Popular. There's no such thing as popular games on the CDI.
I said that's why I said relatively. You heard that?
I did.
Yeah. And what does relatively mean? It was in relative terms. Yes? So, I played Hotel Mario, which is spoken about quite a lot.
Yes.
And you told me to play it because you thought it was brilliant.
It is quite good. People normally only give it negative reviews, but personally, I think it's a decent little single screen platformer.
You saw some Hotel Mario, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was your opinion of Hotel Mario?
It wasn't a platformer.
What is it then?
It's
It's platforms and jumping around, killing enemies.
simple puzzle game with 2D elements where you obviously, but with slight 3D variation where you're going up and down and not just left and right. But actually, it's a game that's involving shutting doors.
Yes, but it's a bobble quality game of shutting doors.
It was slightly 3D-ish because you could go like behind things slightly.
It's like 2.5D.
It was platform-ish, but not like a traditional platformer that you would expect of a console of the power of the CDI. And for a Mario game, I mean, comparing it to other Mario games that came out previous to it and that came out after
Can you grab those for me?
No.
I got this for my birthday 1 year.
We're going to point out that
Mario
game
is missing,
for the Super Nintendo.
and I think it came out slightly before Hotel Mario.
Uh-huh.
And Hotel Mario is definitely better. 100%.
Hotel Mario, for anybody that hasn't played it, it kind of plays a little bit like the Donkey Kong game. Yes?
Bubble, Donkey Kong. It's just a single screen sort of game.
Yeah,
it's got its own character, its own charm, plays in its own way.
It's very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
There is zero variety.
Yeah, I think that's its main killing flaw, really.
Yeah, I mean, I got up... in fact, both myself and you got up to stage 7, and it was miserable.
Only because we haven't learned really how to get past that stage yet. I'm sure we were just doing something wrong.
It just felt really odd. It controlled well at first, and I was pleasantly surprised. And then I realised that the gameplay doesn't really change
To be
up.
fair, we have been using the spoon controller though,
Yeah,
which
we
is
have.
quite difficult.
So we played that for a little while. What other games did we play?
We played a bit of Zelda: The Faces of Evil. What did you think of that?
At the time, I was frustrated, and I really hated it. In quite soon retrospect that I now have from calming down somewhat. If I had a better controller than Spoon, it's 3/4 playable. I would say it's not. It's definitely not as bad as what it is made out to be.
And
But
Hotel
that doesn't
Mario's
mean it's
in the
any
same
good.
boat.
It's probably definitely still the worst Zelda game, comfortably.
No, the worst one is Zelda's Adventure. We never played it on stream.
Which we need to try at some point.
Yeah. But it was. It didn't look nice. The voice acting was appalling.
That voice acting's amazing, and we forgot to talk about that as well in Hotel Mario. It's got great cutscenes all the way through.
Right, it has
no
them.
other Mario game had great
cheap.
cutscenes.
Right.
at
The
time.
only reason that he is referring to them as great cutscenes is because most other games don't have cutscenes.
Well, yeah, on the Super Nintendo, those other games don't have cutscenes. You've not got great cutscenes in Mario World.
That doesn't make them
Mario
great
All-Stars.
because there's an absence of them, and then there's
They're
some.
hilarious. You chuckle every time
Oh,
you
yeah,
see
but they're
them.
unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah, it's a problem. Like, a lot of the graphics looked like they were drawn by like average 12-year-olds.
Gee, it sure is boring around here. You don't even understand.
No.
Is that a line from Hotel Mario?
It was the opening line in The Faces of Evil, which we just
Oh.
played.
Oh,
You see, that's how poor the cutscenes were. They had that little impact.
yeah.
I thought they're amazing. They're iconic online.
Yeah,
They're
as being
so
as
iconic.
being jokes.
Yeah, it's iconic for being bad.
Yeah.
Like that, the cutscenes in those two games helped launch YouTube itself. They were amongst the first viral videos on YouTube.
But
with people making YouTube
that
poop out of
doesn't
them.
affect their quality.
Yeah.
But they're great. They're amusing cartoons.
No, but you're saying it as if they are great cartoons.
They are great cartoons.
No,
They're
whereas they're
quotable.
cartoons that
They're
have
so
achieved something
quotable.
great.
They're so quotable and memorable.
They're not though, because I actually have pretty good. I like to think I have a pretty good mind and memory for quotes, and I don't remember any from that.
Maybe the problem is you two are just too young to appreciate and remember YouTube poop.
I remember when YouTube launched.
YouTube pooped though. Do you remember that?
No.
It's just a really terrible like channel that just throws out crap.
It's not a channel. There's like hundreds of YouTube poop channels. It's a phenomenon.
They're shit.
Well, if
It's
they were
essentially
like-
the thing is that if one of the predominant things in that genre is showing cutscenes from this game, it doesn't make them good, it makes them shit. By name.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's called YouTube poop for a reason.
It's called YouTube poop
Because it's
they're
poop.
making their own versions of these cartoons.
Because they're poop.
They're amazing.
They're awful. Anyway, we played some other games as well. I don't think we're ever going to convince him because he's just spent 50 quid on it and he doesn't want to seem like the idiot that spent 50 quid on a game that is unplayable.
I don't know how you can deny that there's... What was that game where we died constantly at the start? And
Burn Cycle.
Burn Cycle we
That is
played.
one of the most
Oh.
atrocious things I've ever seen on a computer console.
Yeah.
There is a really good... We did play a really good is too strong. Far too strong.
Oh, yeah.
We played a passable
Side-scrolling.
beat 'em up.
What was that called?
Mutant Rampage Body Slam.
Yeah, which, to be fair, we were a little bit upset about. And so were a lot of the people that were watching the stream as well because there wasn't enough body slams.
Nowhere near enough.
No.
It's hard to initiate. them.
And we started to enjoy it actually for a little while. We got like a couple of like stages in, and it was all right. And then one of our viewers pointed out that there was only 2 enemy sprites on the screen at any one time. Because I mean, was that the limitation of the hardware? I don't know, but there was never ever more than 2 sprites on the screen, ever.
What about Mega Maze? Did you enjoy that one?
Mega Maze was a strange game. It was basically, do you know those really terrible like hand games that you get out of Christmas crackers and stuff, where you have the little balls that move around when you move that? Essentially, it was that, and just like those, they had absolutely zero music and atmosphere.
Speaking of hand games, are you still doing that hand thing? Do you remember that? You're still doing that hand thing.
What is that?
You boys really know nothing about the internet, do you? Literally nothing.
I know enough to know that you probably shouldn't be on it.
More iconic viral videos, which this one will not be.
Yeah. The CDi is terrible.
You should try and do that hand thing.
I don't know if I was trying to do it or not. I just copied you.
That hand thing.
That is about as engaging as the CDI is
Right.
on the whole.
Right, stop giving me work because I'm going to have to edit this out.
Why?
I might just do a cut here and pretend I edit out something really horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. What did we play anything else?
We played lots of games, but
None of
Did
them
we
were
do
memorable
any
enough
more?
or stuck out.
or did
at
we
all.
just argue about?
We
playing
looked at the uncompleted levels for
See, that was interesting.
Super Mario World 2 Wacky World.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
That controlled relatively well, bearing in mind it was completely unfinished, and there wasn't actually a lot going on. But there was some interesting sprites in that.
I thought the level design looked really cool.
Yeah, it looked like it had a lot of potential, and it's actually a real shame that one didn't.
I
never got finished.
personally never saw any sprites in the game. I saw Mario and some Koopa Troopers, but I do not recall seeing any sprites.
No.
There was no hobgoblins involved.
I think we're just going to ignore that. Because we were having an intelligent conversation. We played a level that was based around Greece, I think. Ancient Greece. And the little Koopas had, like, little Greek accessories on, which made them more Greek.
Togas.
Yeah, kind of.
And laurels and things.
Yeah. I think it's annoying because, considering how good the original Mario World was, like,
yeah.
you know, that had the potential to be up there on the same level, and then at least the CDI would have had like a definitely good game. Shame it never got finished.
It could have been the CDI's Sonic
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been that one
Yeah.
real game that actually saved
The
not saved the console, but actually would give it something redeemable where it would
So
be
everyone
worthwhile.
wants a CDI just to play that game.
So
Yeah.
someone would buy it just to play that.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, the CDI doesn't have any games that would make you go out and buy it just to play that game.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I can't find any.
I can't think of one off the top of my head. I can't think of one in the list that we went over.
What, are you
on
trying to think of a
stream.
killer ape, like Toki Go's Ape Spit?
Yeah, well, yeah, like a proper killer ape.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got. We've never played it tonight again. There's a game called The Apprentice, which is a very strong platformer.
See again,
But
I
suppose
don't,
you believe
I don't
me.
trust you anymore because literally you gave me a pile of games. Went, these are all the best games on the system, and every time you play one, we went, no, there's better games. You said these were the best ones. And every time.
There's also apparently a really good version of Dragon's Lair on the CDI as well.
Yeah, that probably would have been worth playing.
I would like to try it out. I'm still not convinced it would be enough to
Yeah.
make it truly redeemable.
Yeah. I think the conclusion of this is probably that, considering that we played a handful of games, we haven't got enough to do a full review on the entire system. I think that's fair to say. But from what we have played, it didn't impress us enough to make us
But
want to play more.
Do you agree that it deserves the hate it gets? Does it deserve as much hatred and finger pointing?
At the moment, I would still be tempted to say yes, because it lacks the killer game that makes you want to buy a console. If a console doesn't have at least one really good game on it, then it's a very poor console.
But did you know it only started getting marketed at a games console because it was failing as a multimedia centre? The reason why it's got quite a limited
So
library.
it's a double failure.
It was never intended to be a games console. It was just a device. It could play games as an additional feature, but it never made it into the marketing position it wanted to be in as a multimedia player. So they tried to market it as a games console later.
So they failed on two fronts. They didn't make either a decent media player or a decent games console.
Well, did they fail when we're still talking about it today?
Yeah, but we're a channel that
Hitler failed, people still talk about him.
We deal exclusively in retro games. It's going to come up at some point.
Communism failed, people still talk about that.
But the CDI has redeemable features.
Which would be...
So does Kim Jong-un.
It has a unique library of games, some of which are very playable.
That's not unique.
Yeah.
It has a unique library of games, some of which are very playable. The library itself is unique. Hotel Mario, you can only experience that on the CDI. 3 completely exclusive Zelda games. I don't think most Nintendo consoles can say that.
No, I would say it is a morbid...
In fact, I can't think of a Nintendo console.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
It's like a video nasty. It is something you buy that you look at once or twice in a couple of years and go, oh, look at how bad this is.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've got this to see how bad this is. Show it to other people. They go, oh, I'm glad I never wasted £50 on that. You go, oh, I did. I wasted the money for the both of us. And then you can all go, ha ha ha. That CDI was terrible.
Yeah. To be fair,
that's its redeeming feature.
The best thing about the CDI is the fact that I don't own one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love my CDI.
And I haven't wasted my money on it.
I love it. I really do love it.
But you just intentionally love things that other people dislike.
I do not intentionally love things that other people dislike.
Episode 1.
I like episode 1. It's great.
What else? There's a few
Mitchell.
more. Billy Mitchell, there we go.
But with the CDI, how can you not like a system where the games, you don't see them around everyone's houses? Like the SNES and the Mega Drive are a bit boring because everyone has a SNES and a Mega Drive collection. How many people do you know have a good CDI collection?
But no one has a good CDI collection because it doesn't exist. And just because it's rare doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
It's a curiosity piece. I like my games consoles to have playability.
But it should still be appreciated for what it tried to do. And the
That's
games
not the
are
point you were
playable.
making.
The games are playable and fun.
No, they're not.
No.
No, they're not.
They're barely playable.
Yeah.
You can't,
That's it.
So you're trying to tell me that there wasn't times you was having fun tonight with the Philips
Yes,
CDi?
no, there was. And I've already freely admitted to that. But you're trying to make it sound like every game we played was at least okay, and that's simply not true.
Yeah.
They was all okay.
No,
the only one that wasn't, we've never got on with Burn Cycle.
Burn Cycle was god awful.
Yeah.
But Burn Cycle, out of all of them, is the cultiest classic. That's the one what people love.
Hotel Mario was fun for probably around 15-20 minutes.
And then we got stuck.
So how much did you pay for that? 40 quid?
35.
So you spent £35 on a game that I enjoyed for about 25 minutes. And you enjoyed for maybe an hour.
That's not too bad, because I will play it again and again. And to be fair, I'll make a video about Hotel Mario at some point, and it would generate more than £35. So it was a good deal.
I suppose it's the only way that you're going to get anything back on that. That's that is the one thing that we can't argue with. That you will make your money back on it because you'll make a video on it.
Yeah.
Which really does highlight how it's a curiosity piece and not really a games console.
There we go.
I'm
See?
sorry, I disagree. I genuinely think Hotel Mario is a good game. What's wrong with it?
There's no variety.
It's not the best game, I'll give you that. But to call it not a good game, it's a good game, just not the best game.
No, I think it's, at best, it's bang average.
Yeah.
At best, if I'm being kind, it's bang average.
I think that might be a bit too kind.
Yeah.
Because again, it's very similar to Donkey Kong. It's essentially, it feels like you're playing essentially Donkey Kong 2. And the amount of time between Donkey Kong 1 and what I'm going to call Donkey Kong 2...
Wouldn't you call it more Mario
there
Brothers
should be
2?
considerably
The
more
original
progression.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I would go with that. I have to be honest, I'd go with that.
Okay,
Like
but
the
even
original
so,
arcade.
the amount of time between that and that, there should have been considerably more progression.
Yeah, and the
Considerable.
idea that it's all based around closing doors insults me.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that is such a stupid, lame idea for a computer game. All it says to me is it was designed by people who didn't really know anything about computer games.
Do you think it would have been better if it was a design around opening doors?
No, I think it was a doors problem.
It feels almost... In fact, actually, I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like another Doki Doki Mario. Like somebody's designed the game
And they just stuck
yeah.
Mario in it
and then
later.
stuck Mario over the top of it.
Yeah, I'm good to go with that. I think that's very
That's
clever.
what it feels like.
But unlike Doki Doki Mario, it's not good. I still think Doki Doki Mario
Oh
is
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good.
The thing is, that was a good game standalone.
Yeah, like Doki Doki Panic is a good game.
Yeah.
I just prefer it with the Mario skin.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think that game would be... Hotel Mario would be good no matter what skin was on it.
Do you think that you would continue to play Hotel Mario if it wasn't a Mario game?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
You might. The thing is,
It would still be amongst the most entertaining games on the Philips CDi. With Mario in it.
But that is like, you know, that is like winning the least stinkiest turd award.
yeah.
This one doesn't have too bad a smell, so it's the winner. It's like,
I
Yes.
guess just some people cannot appreciate games which are like fine wines, which just gets better with every sip.
I think this is going to be
some
the end.
people just have rose-tinted bifocals.
Right, so I think that this is going to be the end of this video Could be the end of him, actually.
Here's
Might
the
boot
bedtime.
you off.
It's
But
bedtime.
he is about to experience the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future.
Do you want to go?
By the looks of it.
What, to bed?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Okay,
Good
go.
night. Cheerio.
Oh, God. Yeah, so thank you for sitting through this video. Hopefully you came to the live streams. We stream every Saturday on twitch.tv/TopHatChat. Yeah, I think that now we'd like to hear your opinions on the Philips CDi. Do you know any games that we didn't mention that are actually worth talking about? Do you think it's a massive pile of crap like the two people left on the sofa do? Or are you as deluded as him? Let us know in the comments section, and yeah, see you on the next video.
Top Hat Chat is partly funded by the fantastic support we receive on Patreon. So I would like to give thanks to the following people: Michael Keneally and Ben Sainty, both for supporting the Top Hat Trust, and all of our other patrons. Yeah.
Also, a huge thank you to our God tier patron Stuart McDermott. We salute you, sir.
So if anybody else wants to support our fantastic Patreon, then there is a link for you in the description. Ta-ta and farewell.